I'm Max Pringle with these headlines. Hollywood actors are back to work. The SAG-AFTRA union has reached a tentative agreement with the major Hollywood studios, ending a months-long strike that threatened to delay film and television productions. Margie Zaraletta reports.
Hollywood actors have reached a tentative deal with studios, ending the strike that started nearly 4 months ago. The 3-year contract must still be approved by the board of the actors union SAG-AFTRA and its members, but actors are free to go back to work. Details of the agreement will be released tomorrow. The union's chief negotiator, Duncan Crabtree Ireland, says he's happy with the protections it provides.
That includes things like minimum wages that have increased substantially to help our members keep up with the impact of inflation.
The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers says in a statement the agreement also includes residuals for streaming programs and compensation for artificial intelligence. I'm Margie Zaraletta with the latest.
Representatives from some 50 nations took part in an aid conference in Paris today on the worsening humanitarian situation in Gaza. The conference coincides with negotiations for a 3-day humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza in exchange for the release of about a dozen Hamas-held hostages. French President Emmanuel Macron told the conference today that protecting civilians is non-negotiable. 2 officials from Egypt, one from the United Nations, and a Western diplomat told the Associated Press that the negotiations were ongoing. The war, now in its second month, was triggered by the October 7th Hamas terrorist attack on southern Israel that killed more than 1,400 Israelis, mostly civilians. Health officials in the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza said the number of Palestinians killed in the war passed 10,500, including more than 4,000 children. For the 7th straight day, India's capital, Delhi, is coated in a thick layer of toxic smog. The government is using artificial rain in an attempt to clear some of the pollution. Priyata Brajabasi has more from Delhi.
Delhi government says it is considering using artificial rain to help clear the pollution and has tentatively planned to do this in 2 weeks. So far, it has barred the entry of polluting cars and trucks, banned construction, and on Wednesday even stopped app-based taxis registered in neighboring regions from entering Delhi. Next week, a car rationing scheme that is expected to cut Delhi's vehicular traffic by half will also kick in. Experts warn unless the government invests in long-term measures like improving the city's public transport system and investing in crop rotation to prevent the burning of paddy stubble across North India, these measures will be ineffective. This week, all schools in Delhi announced they were closing for a week, advancing winter holidays on account of the high pollution levels. Priyata Brajbasi in New Delhi.
Analysts said today that the Pakistani government's mass deportation of undocumented Afghan migrants to their home country risks radicalizing those who've been forced out of the country, often returning to deplorable conditions back home. Pakistan has forced out more than 250,000 Afghans in recent weeks as the government rounded up, arrested, and kicked out foreign nationals without papers. The drive mostly affects Afghans who make up the majority of foreigners living in Pakistan, although authorities say that all who are in the country illegally are targeted. Thousands are crossing the border every day into Afghanistan with few or no belongings, enduring harsh conditions until they're relocated within a country they left to seek a better life. Zahid Hussain is an analyst of militancy and author of several books, including Frontline Pakistan, The Struggle with Militant Islam. He said that mistreatment could lead to their radicalization by fueling hatred for Pakistan. He told the Associated Press that the forced expulsions will further strain relations between the two nations, and a new wave of hatred arising from the deportations will be the result of the government's flawed policy. Police in Spain said a veteran right-wing politician, Alejandro Vidal Quadras, has been taken to a hospital in Madrid after being shot in a street in the capital. Police said he was shot in the face on a central street around 1:30 p.m. local time and was conscious when taken to hospital. The 78-year-old Vidal Quadras was a longtime member of Spain's Conservative Popular Party. its regional leader in Catalonia, and a European Parliament member before he broke away to help found the far-right Vox party. He left Vox shortly after a failed attempt to win a European lawmaker seat in 2014. I'm Max Pringle. Those are some of the headlines.